Okay guys, so let's start out in a child's pose position. This is a great way to get our mind and body ready for the exercise that we are about to do. But please keep in mind that we are all different, and if you cannot get your forehead all the way down to the ground, that is okay. Go as far as you can, as far as what feels good. If you have any yoga props like the blocks or a bolster, feel free to use that to rest your forehead on. But just find a gentle, easy position that feels good and breathe into your low back. Stay here for 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll be ready to get started. Okay guys, so for our first circuit, we're gonna start with some slow, easy cat-cow. So inhale when you are rounding into the cat position, and exhale as you move and arch into the cow position. Do this 6 to 8 times or whatever feels good for you today, but again, just move with your breath, nice and easy. Okay guys, we are going to pair a kneeling overhead stretch with our cat-cows, and I am showing you a variation here with an open leg. If you choose to do this, be sure that your leg is activated, it is a strong leg, and that your toes are pointed forward. You're gonna inhale as you reach up, and then as you do that gentle, nice stretch to the side is when you would exhale. And as I'm showing you here, be sure that you switch your legs halfway through. If you do not like being on your knees for an extended period of time, you can certainly do this same stretch in a cross-legged seated position. We do not want you in any pain. So choose the variation that is best for you. So after doing this, I would say, 4 to 6 times on each side. Then I want you to go back to your cat-cow and repeat the whole circuit again for 2 total sets. Okay, so we're gonna move into our next circuit for a little bit of an extended warm-up. Yes, we're still getting warm, and we're gonna start with front to back leg swings, both sides, and certainly feel free to use a chair or whatever you've got handy to hold on to. My balance is terrible. I definitely always hold on to something. And then you are going to also do a sideways leg swing, and again on both sides. After your leg swings, you're going to go down to all fours, and we're going to do what's called static bear. And after you get your solid tabletop position with a flat back and strong arms pressing into the ground or the floor, you are going to lift your knees up just a few inches. Again, notice how the back stays pretty flat. Imagine that you've got a cup of water on your low back that you are trying not to spill. So you want to stay really tight, keep that core kind of pulled up, and reset as needed. Okay, so we've got a third exercise in this circuit. This one is called Quadruped Rotation. You're on all fours, except you have one hand behind your head, and you are moving through some gentle rotations. Have your eyes follow your elbow, and again, move with your breath, move slowly, Find what feels good. You should feel a nice, easy stretch here. After doing this 8 to 10 times on each side, I want you to go back and repeat the entire circuit. Okay, now that we're good and warmed up, we're gonna start with some glute bridges. Your feet are under your knees. I like to press the palms of my hands into the ground as I raise my hips up. This does not need to be a large movement. Go slow and breathe. Let's do this 10 to 12 times. All right, this next movement is called dead bug. So legs are up, arms are reaching towards the sky. I'm gonna show you several variations. This is level 1. Notice that when the leg stretches out, the heel taps the ground. The most important thing with dead bug is keep that low back on the ground. Always be pressing that low back into the ground. Level 2 is when you stretch your leg out, your heel does not touch the ground. And then if you are ready to try level 3, you will reach out with your opposite arm. This is a core activation movement. You should be feeling this in your core. Your core should be engaged and your low back should be pressing into the ground. Now, if you are ready for level 4, you can load this by grabbing a kettlebell or a dumbbell or maybe a medicine ball. That's going to help you activate that core just a little bit better. But if this is a new movement for you, let's not add the weight quite yet. But this is certainly an option for those of you who are ready for it. Pair those 2 exercises 3 times each. Okay, so depending on what works best for you, this next circuit you can start off in a half plank. You can hold this for 20 seconds and then rest and reset. You can also do this in a full plank. Now, if you'd like, you can move between a plank and a downward dog for a nice stretch in between your plank. I like to take a breath or 2 in each of those poses as I'm moving between them. And again, you can do this with the half plank or you can do this with the full plank. Just be sure that you are breathing as you are moving. Now for an added challenge, and if you have good push-up form, you can add a push-up. Start where you're at. This can be a goal. All right, we're going to pair jumping jacks and seal jacks with our plank downward dog movement. As you can see here, I am demoing a low impact variation for those who need that. I would say go for 10 to 15 jumping jacks and then 10 to 15 seal jacks, and then return to your plank and downward dog for 3 sets each. so for our final circuit, the first exercise we're gonna do are squats, and I am demoing here in this video, level 1, chair squat. Level 2 would be a body weight squat, and as you can see here, you can reach your arms. That might help you with balance. You could also cross your arms over your chest, maybe put your hands on your hips, whatever feels good. Do not try to go any lower than what feels good for you. There is no rule here as far as how low you should go. Start where you're at. For those who are ready, you can load this movement by holding a kettlebell or a dumbbell. And as you can see here, you can add an extra challenge with an overhead press. All right, exercise number 2 in this circuit is called slow mountain climber. So start off in a strong plank position, and then slowly alternate moving your knee to your nose or your knee to your elbow. This is activating your core. We are building a strong core. Here I am showing a variation. You can use a piece of furniture or a chair to do this movement. All right, so let's add a third movement to this circuit. Here is an option, a standing march. If you are inclined, you can try an elbow to knee cross connect. And as your brain gets used to doing that, you can increase your speed and go as quickly as you can. Option number 2 is one of my favorites, medicine ball slam, combining both power and conditioning. Just please be careful if you have a ball that bounces. I'm also demoing toe taps. You can use pretty much anything that you've got around the house to do this. So your choice. You could also jump rope for 20 to 30 seconds. Let's repeat this circuit 3 to 4 times.